Alright, we're here talking about Karate Kid Part 3. The final of the, I guess, the LaRusso trilogy? After this, we no longer have Daniel LaRusso until Cobra Kai. Yeah, it's the last one, and it's definitely, the weakest of the three. Probably. This one, from what I've read, there's a lot of rewrites on this. Like, the original plot was like a time traveling thing, which is batshit. Or at least that was the original idea. Then they had to rewrite it because John Kreese couldn't be in as much because the actor was not available. And then they had to rewrite it some more because they realized they employed basically a girl who was under 18, which is kind of wild. And you're like, what? Surely that's in the casting call. You go over 18. They just didn't think maybe we should make sure she's actually. So they're like kind of rewriting it as a love interest, kinda. But it's like she's kind of getting back with her boyfriend. These weird ones. I'm just like, I feel like there's a lot of just constantly rewriting it, and I think that's why it kind of turned out to be a bit meh. I'm not a big fan of Mike Barnes as a villain. It's just more, I guess he's very similar to oh my god, I'm blanking on his name from Karate Kid 1. Oh god, why am I blanking completely? Brain, what the fuck is wrong with you? Seriously? Johnny Lawrence, there we go. Bloody hell, my brain. Whereas I feel like with Johnny Lawrence, you kind of Johnny Lawrence, you kind of get the idea where he's kind of forced into this. You get that a little bit of a, at least maybe from the acting, you get that a little bit like he's not fully into this whole being an arsehole. Whereas Mike Barnes is just fully an arsehole. Just full arsehole, and just it's a bit like not a big fan. Not a big fan of him as a villain. And he has well, I mean, I guess the lackeys in the first film are generally a bit. You don't really remember as much the other characters. Yeah, other than Johnny and Kreese, you kind of don't really remember the other ones. Not that well, anyway. Yeah, this film just takes a while to get there. And I feel like it also... The first two films kind of slowly build up the relationship with Daniel LaRusso and Mr. Miyagi. And I feel like this one kind of... It has to do that, the kind of... Like Spider-Man 3 has to kind of have that dark arc of... Oh, he's troubled now, and... He works for the, he's training at Cobra Kai for a bit. And I don't like it. I just don't like it. It's a good chunk of the film where it's like not these two working together. And it's like you finally get to it like within the last, I don't know, quarter of an hour, 20 minutes. The film, you're like, I could have a lot more of these two. You get a little bit of like sprinkling of them two, but it's just like, we had the last two films where they slowly building up this relationship, and then it feels like it just kind of goes shits on it a little bit, and you're like, I want that. I want that. I want them two to work together. I want to watch these films. I think the best part is obviously, I think most people generally agree the best part is Terry Silver. He is almost off his nut, like kind of crazy. I mean, it makes no fucking sense. It's one of those things where you get a plot and you're like, Why does so many people care so much? You just kind of have to build in that everyone cares fucking deeply about karate. So, yeah, there's a character that's created because John Kreese couldn't be in the film as much. He's in the film, just not as much. Which is a bit of a shame. I would have liked a bit more of him in the film. It is, yeah, like I said, it's like one of those rewrites you're like, well, that would have been better. That would have been better. Yeah. One of these things, I want to like this film, but it just makes it difficult. There's just too much of kind of resetting, and a little bit too much of kind of basically being a repeat of part 1. And yeah, not as nice, because you generally have, like I said, LaRusso and Mr. Miyagi just not working together. Whereas you kind of slowly build that in the first film, and it's nice. It's, you know, yeah, not a fan. I'm not a big fan of this film as much. It's definitely one that I'm like, yeah. I mean, you have to watch it for, you know, for completionist sake. For me, anyway. This is how I do with these films. I just have to watch all of them, including the bad ones. At the same time, like I get a whole series, and I'm like, oh no, you should just watch those ones. I'm like, no. I'm watching the whole series, including all the bad ones. I have to watch the bad ones. But yeah. Not a fan. Definitely not a fan. But yeah, this is the end of the trilogy. The next one will be our last film with Mr. Miyagi. Be the next Karate Kid. Which, we'll see how I feel about that one. I'll let you know which one, because obviously, yeah, the first 2 films are really good. Either this one or the next one are going to surpass 1 or 2. That's not happening. But where do I find? Where do I rank? I guess Karate Kid 4 or the next Karate Kid? Find out next week when I do a review of it. Yeah, so they're going to be doing that. And yeah, we've got our Karate Kid films ready to go. Forward to it. But yeah, this one, it is the weakest of the 3. I'm not a big fan. Raw, unfortunately. But it is what it is. I will see you guys next time for the next Karate Kid. See you then.